Hello viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel Curiosity Box, and this is a haul of all the books and art books that I got for Christmas 2020. So let's get on with it then. So this first book is by, I don't know how to say this, Phaidon or Phaidon. They had a half price Black Friday sale, so I found a few books in that sale that I could, and asked for them for Christmas. This one is called Green Escapes, The Guide to Secret Urban Gardens. I'll read the back for you. This is the back cover. Cities the world over are graced with charming but little known off-the-beaten-track gardens and green spaces, offering urbanites and garden lovers the chance to enjoy nature. These often small, well-kept secrets are not as grand as those on the tourist trail, but are equally delightful and rewarding to visit, if you know where to find them. Beautifully illustrated and packed with information, Green Escapes, The Guide to Secret Urban Gardens, is a revelatory insider's guide to these secret gems. A groundbreaking collection of over 280 peaceful sanctuaries in 164 cities around the globe, from leafy pocket parks and secluded monastery cloisters to tropical conservatories, edible gardens and verdant green spaces. So I got this because I really like drawing Graskia, which is Geralt and Jaskier from The Witcher, getting up to stuff outside. I realised I really like drawing stuff that happens outside. So I got this for the pictures mainly, so I can use get inspiration and use different elements from different pictures and sort of combine them together into a new style of garden. Like you take a little bit of a doorway idea and then combine it with some reflection on some water, and then combine it with a swirl. So you pick out different elements of pictures. That's what I like to do. So this is a really sweet book as well, because it tells you about all these different gardens and when it's not the plague or the apocalypse, there's places you can visit to enjoy the garden and nature. So this is a really nice book. If you want me to do any full reviews of these books, then let me know. Some of them have still got the cling film on, because I'm going to look at them later on in. So this is just an overview of what I got. So this is called the Paper Labyrinth, and it's by Charlie Wheeler. Green Escapes is by Toby Musgrave. Now this is the Paper Labyrinth by Charlie Wheeler, and I discovered that there's escape books now. You know, escape rooms. Well, they do the same thing with books, and you go through and you have to, and you get different kinds of puzzles on each page, and you have to work out the puzzles to get through the book. So I thought that sounded really cool, so I got this one, and it just looks really cool. And it's just got riddles and puzzles you have to do to get through the book. So that'd be very interesting. And then I got Shire books I'll read the back of this book. Sorry, I'm so chaotic. Can you uncover the secrets of the Paper Labyrinth? Flick from page to page as you try to solve the riddles and puzzles of the Paper Labyrinth, everything is connected. A wide selection of puzzles and riddles of varying difficulties, hints and solutions can be found within the book. So that's really exciting. Next book is from the Shire Library, and they do loads of these books about different topics, and this is about early home computers, because I was born in 1980 and we were a very PC household. We was very into PCs rather than games consoles. My cousins had like games consoles, but we had like BBC Acorn, and then we had my brother Johnny had Archimedes, and then eventually I got my own one, which was the Amiga 500. So we were very, very into PC gaming and PC computers. So this is a bit of a reminiscence type book. So I'll read the back of the book. Early home computers. Developments in microelectronics in the early 1970s meant that computers at home seemed about to become commonplace. The kitchen computer would hold all of the family's recipes and keep a record of food in the larder. The study computer would manage the family finances, and the kids' computers would educate and entertain them. Engineers, enthusiasts, and budding entrepreneurs set about making home computers a reality, and although the first machines were extremely limited, later models significantly affected life at home, at school, and at work. This is a story of the first commonplace home computers, the Sinclairs, Commodores, Amstrads, Acorns, Apple Macs, and the earliest versions of Microsoft Windows that helped make the computer an indispensable item in the British home. So this is Early Home Computers by Kevin Murrell. Now this book is The Writer's Map, edited by Huw Lewis-Jones, and it is an atlas of imaginary lands. So it's got tons of maps from different novels and stories and imaginings. This is published by Thames and Hudson, one of my favourite book publishers, along with Phaidon and Taschen. So this is the back, and I'll read the back. The maps they love, the maps they use, the maps that set them dreaming. As Tolkien once said, I wisely started with a map and made the story fit. From The Hobbit and the Narnia Chronicles to Pratchett's Discworld, from A. Milne's 100-Acre Wood to David Mitchell's Cloud Atlas, and many other strange and surprising places, this is a spellbinding compendium of writers' thoughts on the geographies they describe and the wild landscapes of their imagination. See, this is really cool. It's got tons of different maps and all about the stories of the maps. This next book is totally awesome. The Greatest Cartoons of the 80s, and this is written by Andrew Farago, foreword by Russi Taylor. I can't see if I can't find the name of the illustrator of the cover. So this is all about like the big cartoons of the 80s. It's pretty much mostly in the big American cartoons, apart from the Smiths. So it's really cool. It's more in depth than I thought it would be, because it goes through and it has these extra little bits, inserts of paper showing different concept sketches for the characters, and it tells you how the cartoons came about. So I'll read the inside cover. Totally awesome. For an entire generation of kids weaned on the intoxicating excitement of 80s cartoons, the decade can be summed up with 2 words: totally awesome. With a thriving Saturday morning network schedule, a full complement of weekday syndicated programming, and the removal of guidelines that prevented cartoons from being based on toys, the 1980s enjoyed an unprecedented TV animation boom that made household names of a host of colourful characters. From He-Man and the Masters of the Universe to the Transformers, G.I. Joe and the Muppet Babies, 80s cartoons would have such a huge impact on an entire generation that decades later they have become pop culture touchstones, revered by fans whose young minds were blown by their vivid visuals and snappy storytelling. In this deluxe book, Andrew Farago, a respected cartoon historian and child of the 80s, provides an inside look at the history of the most popular cartoons of the decade, as told by the writers, animators, voice actors, and other creative talents who brought life to some of the era's most enduring animated shows. Also featuring Thundercats, Inspector Gadget, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and many more cartoon classics, Totally Awesome is a treasure trove of 80s animation nostalgia that will take fans back to a time of unlimited imagination and unparalleled adventure. I'll tell you the cartoons featured in it. You've got the Smurfs, Spider-Man and his amazing friends, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, She-Ra, Princess of Power, Inspector Gadget, G.I. Joe, a real American hero, the Transformers, Jem and the Holograms, Thundercats, Muppet Babies, the real Ghostbusters, the Disney Afternoon, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Garfield and Mighty Mouse. So this looks like a really cool book for 80s millennials. This next book is from the Phaidon sale as well. These colours are bananas. I thought this was a really cool book. It's by Jason Fulford and Tamara Shopsin. And it tells you about apples are not always red, and it shows you swatches of the different colours that apples come in. So I thought it's really cool if you want extra ideas for more colours you could add for your pictures. So not just for kids, it's really inspirational for adult artists as well. It says grass is not always green, and these are all different colours you can use on your pictures. And clouds are often white, but they also can be these colours too. So I really like this book. It's really cool, and it's really good to see different swatches and give you inspiration for other colours you can add to stuff. I wish this book was bigger and there was more topics covered. Like there'd be like a bigger book with more things. And the best bit is it says your hand is a colour too, and there's one square cut out, and then you can put your hand under it, hand under the square, and you can hang on, it's hard to show. Hand under the square, and then you can see it as a swatch against all the other colours. And it's really interesting because it's like, wow, that's the colour my hand is compared to all these other shades and tones. So obviously that's for everybody. Everybody can see what sort of tone and shade their hand is compared to all these other tones and shades. I thought that was really cool. So this is an excellent book. I love this book. The next book is Magic Eye 25th anniversary. I love Magic Eye pictures. I loved them since they started because I'm really good at them and I can spend quite a while inside the 3D world of the picture, and I just love Magic Eye. So this is the 25th anniversary of Magic Eye pictures. Amazing 3D illustrations by Magic Eye Inc. And I'll read the back. Magic Eye 3D Illusions. Viewing instructions. All you need to see the 3D illusion on the front cover are your two eyes and some patience. One easy way to do this is to hold the book right up to your nose. The Magic Eye image should be blurry. Focus as though you are looking through the image into the distance. Very slowly move the book away from your face until you begin to see depth. Now hold the book still, try not to blink, and a 3D hidden image will magically appear. The special 25th anniversary edition features a fascinating selection of new Magic Eye images, created using the latest 3D illusion advancements, commemorating a quarter century of mesmerising Magic Eye entertainment. See, this is really cool. I love Magic Eye. I just love anything 3D. I love 3D stuff. See, this is really cool. I'm really happy with this. It's amazing. The next book I got is the Gareth Bale fan book. Now this came out in 2017, so it's quite a bit out of date now because he's back to Spears. But this is amazing because I love Gareth Bale. My two favourite footballers at the moment are Gareth Bale and Tommy Orpington. And yes, I do know that technically Tommy Orpington, otherwise known as Tommy O, is actually fictional, but he's my other amazing, my other favourite footballer along with Gareth Bale. So I love Gareth Bale. It's like, I have to take a billion pictures whenever Gareth Bale's playing. So I'll read the back. One of the most exciting and popular players on the planet, the Flying Welshman has helped Real Madrid rule Europe since he headed to Spain in a world record transfer deal, packed with stunning photos and everything you need to know about the Bernabeu superstar. I don't know how to say that. This book is a must-read for every Gareth Bale fan. And there's a quote from Zinedine Zidane. He is already one of the finest players in Europe, and he has everything needed to become the best player in the world. See, this got loads of lovely pictures of Gareth Bale. And I've got hair in my mouth, never mind. So, here we go. So, lovely pictures. Oh, I love Gareth Bale. This next book is from the Phaidon Black Friday sale. It's Akademie X, Lessons in Art and Life. And the quote from Hans Ulrich Obrist, co-director of Serpentine Galleries: crucial wisdom from leading artists and writers, an unprecedented insight into 21st century knowledge production and life as an artist today. And this is the back. This inspirational and practical guide on how to live a creative life has been devised by the world's most thought-provoking artists and writers. For anyone interested in the creative process, 36 tutors share their experiences, wisdom, techniques and philosophies in art and life. And we have illustrated lessons by Marina Abramovich, Walid Beshti, there's a paper clip right over some of the dates. Biggers, Dara Birnbaum, Carl Bave, Tanya Bruguera, Mark Dion, Olafur Eliasson, Harold Fletcher, Charles Gaines, Liam Gillick, Piero Glia, Michelle Grabner, Dan Graham, Katharina Gross, Joan Jonas, Miranda July, Chris Kraus, Thomas Lawson, I'm not quite sure how to say that name. Dinkili, I'm not. Wanji Lem Jonas Mikas Karimoye Wangechi Mitu Bob Nikas Rags Media Collective Neil Rausch Tim Rollins Michael Smith John Stasaka Stephanie Sajika Shirley C James Welling Richard Wentworth Christopher Williams Christoph So sorry if I've completely butchered everybody's names there, but that I'm really interested to get into this book. Next book from the Phaidon Black Friday sale is Chromaphilia, the story of colour and art. And this is the back. I'll read the back cover. Chromophilia unlocks the secrets of colour, exploring the history and meaning of this most fundamental element of art. Fascinating tales of artistic passion and scientific discovery reveal the language of colour in a unique story of the ongoing history of art, from Isaac Newton's optics to Impressionist theory, from the dynamics of Joseph Albers to contemporary metaphysics of Olafur Eliasson. This book shows how colour paints our world. So this is really interesting because I'm interested in the psychology of colour and how to use colour to attract people to your work and what colour symbols and signifies. So it's got loads of pictures and loads of explanation of how people respond to different colours and what different colours are used for. So that's really interesting. This is a really heavy one. This next book from the Phaidon Black Friday sale, I'm very glad this was in the sale half price. It's a very good sale. And this is called Body of Art, and it's all about the body from ancient times all the way through to like modern day. So I'll read out what it says. Body of Art is the first book to focus exclusively on the body in art, providing not only a complete history of how the human form has been represented in visual culture over time, but also how it has become, literally and metaphorically, the canvas on and through which we talk about human experience. Unprecedented in scope and intellectual rigour, Body of Art spans Western and non-Western art, ancient to contemporary, figurative, abstract and conceptual. Works are curated by theme into 10 chapters: beauty, identity, power, religion and belief, sex and gender, emotion embodied, the body's limits, bodies in space, the abject body, the absent body. An illustrated timeline provides broader historical and social context. Featuring 450 colour images, each accompanied by a concise and informative essay, Body of Art brings to life the diversity of human cultures through the prism of the human body. Then we have a quote from Pablo Picasso. Who sees the human body correctly? The photographer, the mirror, or the painter? And are we to paint what's on the face, what's inside the face, or what's behind it? Pablo Picasso. I really love painting. I do painting with pencils nowadays, but I really love drawing. I've started to really love drawing Gareth and erotic art as some reason, but I really love drawing emotion on faces. And people often say that my pictures, people in them are so alive. They're like, there's so much life in my pictures, and I really love doing that. And I'm really inspired by classical art. So this is going to be a really interesting book to look through. And then finally for Christmas I got this book, The Art of the Erotic, and I'll read the back of it for you. The erotic impulse has inspired some of the most striking images in the history of art. This carefully curated and beautifully packaged book spotlights 170 chronological works from the world's most outstanding artists, ranging from drawings by Turner, prints by Hokusai, Indian temple carvings, Persian miniatures, to paintings by Botticelli, Picasso and Cecily Brown, and sculptures by Michelangelo, Rodin and Louise Bourgeois, with an insightful introduction by Rowan Pelling, author of the Amorist magazine. This book also includes photographs, videos, installations and performances by such artists as Nobuyoshi Araki, Robert Mapplethorpe, Bruce Nauman, Pipilotti Rist and Carolee Schneemann, featuring iconic images such as Courbet's The Origin of the World, alongside little-known works. The Art of the Erotic reveals the universal attraction of the erotic in the visual arts, and may also offer surprises from the artists included. So I won't show you the back because I probably, not that I can get demonetised because they change the rules and I don't actually get enough viewers and minutes to get any money for my videos, which is unfair, and everybody should get an equal wage. That's unfair. But I really started getting into drawing erotica because I did a whole month of Graskia, safer work stuff, like romantic stuff, and I thought I really like drawing that, so I started drawing erotica. I'm in the middle of what I call the diptych at the moment. I've done two panels of my Graskia diptych, which is themed around nettles, and you can see it on Twitter and Instagram. I'll leave my little where you can find me card on the end of this video. But so I'm really inspired by like classical art and old masters. I'm more inspired by that than like anime and manga. I'm not into. I just really like learning about classical art. I've always really enjoyed it, and watching art documentaries. So this is really cool. I really think what would really be interesting, because you read one of my art books said is from quite a old one now, out of date, and it said women don't tend to draw nude men, like nude men aren't the focus of women. It's like, you want to get on Twitter, mate? That would be so much. It'd be very cool if there was a book studying fandom and fan erotica and stuff like that, because I would love to have my work in one of these art books. That would be a dream. So have my work, get my work shown in like these fancy art books. That would be amazing. And everybody, like all my fellow erotica artists, we could all be in a book, and it could all be a study of fandom and how the male naked body has there's tons of millions of us drawing erotica, and it'd be great to see a proper artistic study of that, and artistic study of the culture of fandom and fandom creations and stuff. I think also what I want from art books is I want more not necessarily art book, more of a design book, as they have them scrapbooks about the 1970s and stuff, and I really want them to do scrapbooks about the 1980s and 1990s, but there aren't enough about those yet, and it's like, how long do we have to wait before we get to reminisce about our childhood and teenage years? I'd love to have a book with like loads of 80s and 90s designs and pop culture references and stuff. Like proper big book with loads in. So that's the books that I got for Christmas 2020, and they're all very exciting and really grateful, and this is my Christmas jumper. That you can that's funny. Anyway, so they're all the books that I got. If you want me to do like an more in-depth review of any of these books, then do let me know. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching. Yay!